Grand Rising. Um, Another share. This is a little out of my like, but it was coming through real strong. And some of my best moments of clarity are in the shower when I'm taking a shower. And I began to consider my time being a sex worker and my interactions with those ladies. And you know what, ladies, and I mean that with the utmost respect. I do. It was profound this morning, and I mentioned something about courage. While the like society has these ideas about, like, shall we say, prostitution, me selling my body to these women for sexual experiences. My point being, sexuality and lack, sex and lack. What is it we're looking for from the opposite sex? What are we looking for? I cannot reproduce that physical exchange with another human being, and like there's masturbation, but that does not even come close. And I think here we go. You'd be hard pressed to find anybody who would say, "Oh, I'd prefer that over actual physical Anyway, what are we lacking when we consider a sexual relationship with someone of the opposite sex? I cannot offer any perspective on same-sex relationships. I can't. I have no experience with it. I've encountered occasions where it was made. It was, and I'm sorry, but and I don't judge anybody. I don't judge anybody. I have no experience with same sex, and I know plenty of people who are gay, friends, family members that and I've had exchanges with them talking about what that's like. But stay focused, Scott. Stay on topic. Lack in sexuality. What are we really looking for? And I'm going to use those experiences because I feel like the experiences of when I was a sex worker, and what were those women looking for? What were they really looking for through what they expressed? Now, because there was an exchange and there was like an agreed, this is an exchange. This is a prostitution exchange. So there was a lot more freedom. They had a lot more freedom to, this is what I want. This is what I want. And when we think of, as a woman, when you think of a guy, or as a guy, when I think of a woman, what are the qualities and characteristics that we're looking for, that we're looking at, that we find appealing? For instance, right? I look at a woman, and I'm going to certain adjectives: soft, supple, gentle, tender. And then you look at a guy and you go, strong, confident, in control. You see where I'm going with this? And when we consider the trauma that we've experienced as a guy, we're expected to be all those things. As a guy, to be in control, to be in command, to be confident, to be aggressive, whatever. And the very things that a woman finds attractive in us are the very things that traumatize us as men. And the objectification of men looking at women, trying to complement the very thing that we are lacking as men is the very thing that a woman stereotypically possesses: softness, gentleness, tenderness, supple. A guy is craggy and he has calluses on his hands and calluses on his heart, you know. Um, and a woman is just boom, right? So a woman's looking at, like in these sexual exchanges, what what really lit the fire for these women? It's when and they would be able to express these things verbally to me. This is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want to feel. This is what I want to express. This is what I want to experience. I want to feel somebody who's going to be in control, be strong, be confident. And how did those things play out in those exchanges with those females? How did those things play out? Um, I'll give. I'll use this as. I'll use this one particular thing, and it's something that it's pretty white bread. It's pretty white bread. I don't think anybody will be offended by this, but in the course, dominance, right? A sense of dominance and vulnerability, right? A woman is those adjectives of a woman that I just described, and a guy is those adjectives: powerful, in control, confident, right? And the very things, this one example, for example, holding a woman's arms down during during a sexual experience, like restraining her. She can feel the strength and the power of the man, being dominated, being submissive. And what is it that a woman is lacking? Power and strength. So that's the very thing that she's looking for from that sexual experience. And what I'm getting at is that, like, and I myself, what was I looking for? What was I always looking for in the bedroom from my wife or my girlfriend? You know, I was looking for that and I'll use this word, a caricature of that image of femininity, anemone, anemone. I was looking for a caricature of femininity, a caricature. And as we know, a caricature is not real. It's an exaggeration, much in the same way where I might have a caricature idea of what um, exaggerated femininity would be. A woman would have an exaggerated caricature of what masculine would be, and looking for those characteristics in the bedroom, in the relationship, not just in the bedroom, but right now I'm talking about sexual experiences. And it's the very things that we ourselves seemingly don't possess within ourselves. And, I'll use the word, divine feminine, divine masculine. I'll use those words in this. But the most, take a breath, man. I'm a little hot, I feel a little hot. Boom, boom. And I don't like that feeling. I don't like, it's beginning to feel chaotic, and I don't like that. Take a breath, refocus. The lack, what is it that we're looking for? I need something from that person in the bedroom. I need that woman to be exaggeratedly feminine. I need her to be submissive. I need her to follow my direction and take control in the bedroom. I want to feel that softness, and she wants to feel that power and control. And those are the very things that we in our own gender are lacking within ourselves. That, at me being a guy, lacking a sense of gentleness, tenderness, suppleness. What are some of the other adjectives that I used? And for the woman, she's lacking in her own perception of self. She's lacking power, power, control, strength. Look at the world we live in. Women are dominated by men, and they want to understand that. They want to understand what it means to be powerful and in control. And a guy wants to know what it feels like to be, whew, you know, submissive. And it's like upside. I've used this word before, this phrase before, upside down, backwards, and fucked up. You know, and instead of and I suppose that's what I was alluding to. I had made a comment saying I've never really experienced a truly balanced, from a sexual standpoint, in a relationship standpoint. I've never really experienced a truly balanced sexual experience or relationship because we were always I'm guilty of this too. I'm not pointing fingers at somebody else. This is about me. This is self therapy for me, and hopefully others can glean something from it. But I have never, I cannot demonstrate something that I do not possess already within myself. But I'm coming to a better understanding of it. That all those things, all those characteristics that I described from a feminine standpoint and from a male standpoint, these things do exist within us. And it has more to do, at least at that moment of clarity in the shower, like where it has more to do with sharing our characteristics sexually, sharing our characteristics sexually, offering that feeling or sensation to a woman, being a guy, offering that sensation or feeling to a woman of strength and confidence, whatever. And for a guy where he can like let his shoulders drop, look, man, look at that. It's sublime. A woman is sublime. I don't have to be at the top of my game. I don't have to be the alpha male. I don't have to be in control. I can lose control with her, and she's going to nurture me. And in the same respect, she can lose control with you and be aggressive and know she's safe. I hope I'm making sense. It makes sense to me. It's making sense to me. It's making sense to me. I hope it makes sense to others. I got to go to work. I don't want to go to work, man. I don't want to go to work. I want to retire. I want to go to the Caribbean. I want to sit under a palm tree and maybe the Caribbean. I know huge segue from sex to work to Caribbean. I got whatever. I'm on my way to work, and this is outside of my normal time where I would typically do a share. But last couple of days, talking to friends, certain things going on in my personal life where I'm just like, I want to just fucking sell my house and go someplace and sit under a palm tree for the rest of my life. And some crystal blue water. And yeah. I don't want to go to work. Can somebody write me a note? Can somebody write me a note that I'm too well to attend? I'm not too sick to attend work. I'm too well. It can be a very dense place at work. I work in a rehab center / nursing home, and it can be very dense. It can be very beautiful too at times, but I just don't feel like going to work today. But anyway, focus, Daniel-san. If what I've said regarding sex, sexuality, and that, what we seem to need from each other, as opposed to sharing and teaching each other, teaching, like a woman teaching me how to be gentle and how to let my shoulders drop and how to be emotional and how to be intimate and connected, and me teaching a woman how to, um, through sex, and me teaching a woman, or a relationship, an intimate relationship, teaching a woman that she is powerful and she is in control and she has that essence of authority. There's a balance. There's a balance. I truly believe that. It's just outworking these distortions of what our roles are. I'm tired being a guy sometimes. I want to kick back. I don't want to be a woman, but that constant state of aggression, aggression or competition, or constantly having to step up to the plate, it's fucking exhausting. Much the same way where I'm sure that a woman feeling a certain sense of oppression, not a certain sense, it's it's pervasive, but constantly feeling that oppression, that's exhausting. It's exhausting for both genders, and how can we find that balance? How can we find that balance with one another? And not just in sex, but in my interpersonal relationships with, some of these really amazing, really, out of respect, dude, I am so fortunate to have the relationships that I do now. Can't tell you. It's amazing to have those reflections. It's amazing, and I am so grateful. Um, we show up for one another and we offer our best selves, and our experiences and our strength, and I am just blown away. So thank you. I got to go to work. Yeah, I got to go to work. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Anyway, a peace that surpasses all understanding. I'm going to leave my email in the description box, and please, I welcome exchange. I do. I did find something, um, interesting, and I shared it with a friend. There was a video I did recently that, there was a lot of responses in emails, and I am grateful. I am grateful for those responses. I am deeply grateful. But what I experienced was as I was reading the emails, and I felt my ego, ooh, and it was not comfortable. Um, it was like, it was, and it's just made it aware. Like I became aware, like, that ego still exists, and I mean that the unhealthy part, the thing that darker shadow of my ego. And then in contrast to that, there was something else said to me by a friend. It brought me to tears. I was at work, and she had said something. Um, she had made reference to me very kindly. Wow. And I wasn't, I'm not, I am not familiar with, I have not had enough experience with, and it was deeply touching, um, to experience someone saying something kind to me, and, that rough, gruff, masculine thing, and then somebody says something kind to me, and I'm like, whoa, dude, and it was like floodgates. So the contrast of my ego and something dark, or a shadow, and then something that was genuine and sincere and heartfelt, and the polarity of those two things. I much rather that the tears that I experienced. It was a wonderful experience, and, thank you for that. Thank you for that. That was, it was profound. Peace that surpasses all understanding. All right, so I'm going to be a little bit late for work, but so be it. I love you guys. I really do. And please feel free to leave comments and share. And um, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I should take showers more often. I'm out. Have a great day.